The Shure MV7 is probably my favorite microphone on the market today. For $250, it is a little expensive. However, it's a lot cheaper than other options like the SM7B, which is what I'm currently using, which goes for about $400. And you have the ability to use it as an XLR mic or just with the USB. Now, I'm going to be comparing the two different sounds, XLR and USB, and you can see if it's really worth the difference for you. So who is this mic for? I would say it's for people who have something like an Elgato Wave 3, something like a little over $100, and they're looking to upgrade to an XLR mic, but they don't want to take the plunge and have to buy something that's a few $100s and also have to get an audio interface. For those of you who don't know, XLR is generally used with sound equipment, but you can't just plug this into your computer. You will need something in between to send the signal to the computer because the computer by itself cannot read the XLR. You have to use something like a Go XLR, which is what I use. So I have that plugged into the Go XLR plugged into my computer, and that sends the signal, and you can do a lot of customization and stuff on that. However, I don't want to get too into that. We're here for the comparison. One quick note, make sure you're using the nicest headphones you have, or else you're probably not going to hear a difference at all. So here's what they sound like. 2 blue fish swam in the tank. 2 blue fish swam in the tank. Her purse was full of useless trash. Her purse was full of useless trash. Subscribe to Juggle Boy Minus. Subscribe to Juggle Boy Minus. So they actually don't really sound too different. Hopefully you were able to find a little bit of a difference between the two. XLR should sound a little bit better, but the USB is fine by itself. It still sounds great. One thing I do recommend if you do use this mic is to switch out the windscreen. I wasn't a fan of the windscreen. I don't know if it's just too thin or what, but I use the windscreen that is for the SM7B. So once I switch over to the SM7B's windscreen, it sounded a lot better. You could also probably get some type of pop filter or something like that, but I think this windscreen works well enough. One thing to note is if you're using the XLR output, you cannot use the on-microphone sound adjustment, so you can't make it louder or softer, and you can also not use the headphone with them. Generally, your audio interface will have something like that, so I have the Go XLR, I can plug my headphones into that, do all the adjustments I need on there, but for the most part, the USB on here is good enough for most people, I would say. 90% of people, I think, who get this will just be using the USB. However, for those of you who want to eventually upgrade their mic, they want to go from the USB to the XLR, they see all the streamers using their XLR microphones, they want to use that, this is a great kind of stepping stone because you can start off using it USB. Once you get your audio interface, you can then play around with it, get used to it before deciding if you want to spend more on a microphone like $400 on the SM7B, which is a pretty standard microphone that you see a lot of streamers using. It's a really solid mic. You might decide, hey, I don't want to have to upgrade. I want to have to spend another $400 on another microphone. This will do. And for most people, that is the case. I would really recommend after getting this mic to just upgrade every other portion of your stream before going back around to the microphone, because this microphone is really solid. It sounds super good, and I am very impressed with it. So let me know if you're using this mic, and if you're using just the USB or XLR, let me know which one you prefer. Were you able to hear a difference in the sounds? Probably were able to if you had headphones in. It probably wasn't too big of a difference though, but it definitely sounds a lot more like you're there with the XLR, in my opinion. It's a little hard to describe just because it's such a small difference, but I definitely prefer the sound with the XLR. Maybe you prefer the USB. Definitely a solid mic. Like I said, probably my favorite microphone on the market. There aren't too many mics in that price range between the Wave 3 and the SM7B that people are using. So having something like a $250 microphone definitely is a great spot to be in the market. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this helpful, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future. Maybe I'll do a video comparing this to the SM7B. Probably a good idea. But thank you again for watching. Until next time, peace.